What is up, everybody? It is Skyhawk JD here, and this is it. We are going to do part 16 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This is going to be a wild one, guys. I'm really excited for this. Once again, happy July 4th. Happy July 4th to everybody. We're going to have a good time, so sorry for our long wait. Been very busy. But right now, if we remember, right now it's getting really intense with this court case. We're going to find out what's going to happen now. We're going to find out who killed Detective Goodman and where exactly was he killed. If you guys remembered, we just found out he could have been killed he was killed in that room. But there was video evidence he was killed in the prosecutor's office. So let's see what we're going to find out. Let's do this, guys. He was killed. Okay. Let's continue. We left off. Episode 5, Day 3 investigation, which basically it's more than just Day 3. There's a stupid moth in my room. Hold on, people. Alright, let's do it. Now remember, we were trying to get information out of him, but we're going to go do some more investigation before we go to court. There is Goji. What's up, man? And we're going to continue on. Oh, that reminds me. Just to remind you guys, after this this Let's Play of Phoenix Wright 1, that's going to be when I stop doing it on live. I'm going to start actually making it into legit Let's Plays. So, sorry for you guys ahead of time, but this game will be the last time I do it live. For now. The rest of the times they'll be done in Let's Play style. But let's go ahead and enjoy it. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Oh, that reminds me. Another thing I gotta tell you guys. If I do, I'm going to put a vote at the end of this entire episode. At the end of the game, I'm going to put a vote. Should I do all 3 games or just this one? If I do all 3 games, if I do it Let's Play style, I am actually going to see if I can find people to actually voice the other characters in this game besides me doing it all on my own. I'll be voicing Phoenix Wright, but I'm going to see if I can try to get some people to voice the other characters so it can be a little bit more realistic. Just think on that, alright? Alright, let's continue. What do you mean fishy? Oh, some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? Oh, you mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Doc's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, the question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. Okay, so what does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, the possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. Almost like DL6. I got the looks, but he got the brains. Hey, like me and my brother. My brother got the looks, I got the brains. And my brother's about to become a father very soon, guys. And I'm going to be an uncle very soon. So I'm really excited for that. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he? Your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. I'm trying to do a southern accent. It's pretty deep southern. I'm trying to do. The highest honor? You mean the king of the prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? It's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years had gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered. The evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. It's all of us. Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. Nah, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. Was this murder an inside job? They? Wait, who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation led Damon Gant and his second-in-command, Lana Sky. That's a good picture. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. Hey, you know who else is a good duo? Jen and I. Hey Jen, if you're watching, I love you. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. So, were they a thing or something? She'd never been the same since she left. Huh? Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It was 2 years ago. There you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambino. Damn. That's rough. Alright, bye. February 24th. Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh ho ho! If you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks? Wow, he actually talked to us. Oh, that chief! Oh, I thought it was the chief of police. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did, and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. That's a good one. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Oh, just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right! You can't go in there! It's off limits! Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. He just said no! Alright, let's go. Whoa! Why is that in his office? Isn't that a church organ? Or is for you people watching now, is that how you pronounce it? Organ? I don't mean like an intestinal organ, I mean that thing. I think it's called a choir organ or a church organ. I don't know, why is that there? That's creepy. But he has a really nice desk. Whoa. Where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what I said on the door. Check out that pipe. Yeah, it's an organ. Pipe organ. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Back. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. Don't touch that. I never could remember what C was. Hmm? Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant! He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So righto! How have you been? Have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years ago has passed since that incident. My, how time flies! See that big picture on the wall over there? I'm not doing the oh! Now I'm getting a more realistic kind of talk. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. Lana, Neil, and I. Lana, Neil, and I. Not Lana, Neil, and me. It's Lana, Neil, and I. Okay? So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. What's not right with this picture? What's not right with this picture? I see it. I see it. I see it. Yes, I see it. I see it. No, I don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. I thought I saw something, but wait a minute. Oh, I do see something! I knew something was not right! I knew it! Look! The sword's not there! The sword sword's not there! Okay, just checking the audio. Alright. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. It's the sword! And that back there, that's the vase that had the blood on it. I remember that. Photo of the award ceremony of Gant, Lana, and Neil. He's a jolly old giant. Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh! But this office... It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, sir. We would still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out! I have a meeting to attend. He's creepy. He's very creepy. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over yet after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's got to be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Head to the prosecution's room. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved it in court today on the day of the crime. No one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Serial killer responsible for the was given the death penalty. Joe Dark was deceased. Alright. Odd. I can't... Oh! They still haven't cleaned up. Doesn't look like anything else here needs to be moved. Alright. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee? He took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. I guess we'll just have to come back later. Alright, so... let's try the detention center. Alright, honey. Let's get some answers. No answers, alright. Oh, wait a minute. Honey, I need you to look at this. Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside of court. Okay, bitch. It's either that sword or that knight. Alright, where else can we go? Oh, we're going back here, okay. Hey, pal! Oh, Detective Gumshoe! Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually... from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have any of you seen Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this... Are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, there are only with talent rise to the top. Only those with talent to rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. I try to do that myself, but I still keep making enemies. It's always kind of funny. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth is just my crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find anything out? The only evidence Doc left behind during his final attack. His final attack? You mean... when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl. Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of Wright collection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just a run-on-your-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home for work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident? Yes. But it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed the man that... Oh my god. Oh my god. This guy killed a child? He killed a woman and her child? Okay, maybe this guy did deserve the death penalty. You just took, like, a couple innocent lives because you didn't want to get caught. It was an accident, dude! Damn. That's just... Damn. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single thread of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yeah, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. Damn. The crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. This is concerning me. About this. Hey! Is that? There's a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, it then suddenly disappeared from the locker. And was found in Mr. Edger's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was! When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me! Well, what was it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again! You're breathing too hard. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right! We traced it back to the store, and he bought it at... Plus, it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken! You don't have to take a good look at it to notice that. Yeah, well anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in! Where was it? The victim, near Marshall, was carrying it. Inside his own body. It was found deep in the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet! Haha! Down to the last fiber! That's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report added to the court record. Switchblade updated in the court record. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gaunt. It's not money, but it does concern the Chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The Chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? Ah, but if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe's our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that will make him change his mind. What could I show him? This? About that jar, I've seen it somewhere before. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memory people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformed detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the Chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief Gant? Where could I have seen that one before? It's in the painting. Let me show you a little about you as a detective. Okay, blah, 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 blah. It's right there! It's right there! Okay, so we have to find a way to get inside the office. How are we gonna do that? Maybe we could talk to her now. Alright, honey. Anything new? Nope, nothing new. This is tough. Alright. We're gonna go somewhere else. Maybe, hey, is Edgeworth back? Okay, we're getting somewhere. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is! Looks like he's writing something. What? What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? If I could do a British accent, it'd be perfect. I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. I can't do a British accent, I can't. If I could do a British... Okay. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There is no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do to erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. The fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come down to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? Oh, the list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seems strange about it. Is there really like a thing of the King of Prosecutors trophy? I don't know. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Scant's office. The prosecutor Neil Marshall. He just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award is based on. That's it? Anyway, day of the crime. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this. Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning and then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yeah, just odds and ends. Clerical stuff. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce it. Clerical stuff. Clerical. Whatever! I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah! Chief Gann asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yeah. It was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first means hailbird, the second means shield. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. So it's Pokemon Contradiction. Oh. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why did you tell me it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Oh, I fell for that. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, is it Chu, Shu, Zhu? I don't know. In the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with two items. The first was a hailbird he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other! I love the music. Very perceptive. But then again, you heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see! So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolizes... Precisely! They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it is our nature to pursue the matters to their conclusion. Even if it's resulted in something as ugly as this. Wow. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That was funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the Hailbird part of the ward abolished. Chief Gant? King and the Prosecutor's Trophy updated in the court record. Oh, we lost a viewer. Oh well. Alright, I think we got everything we needed. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor in this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'm passing the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright! Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very stylish manner. Whose side are you on? Maybe if I just show him the best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Alright, let's check something here. Okay, not that one either. Still not this one either. Alright, let's head out back. We're gonna have to find out. We're gonna have to find where this piece is. That's just concerning me. Where's this piece at? Alright. What is this? I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there! Let's distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's fallen to the ground! Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling under my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of... Wait, what? Miles. You're retiring? Or you're quitting? It's a letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, Mr. Wright. I'm tired. I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault! I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright! Please, you have to do something! This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Edgeworth letters of resignation. He's serious. Wait, can I read this? Let me read this. I can't read that. Oh, I know what to do. Oh, I know what to do. Let's go to thank you so much, Edgeworth. Let's go to Gumshoe. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, it's Jennifer. Would either you like a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Starr! You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked the cow's nip. What?! That is disturbing. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial is involved in the SL9 accident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be attributed to a mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Starr's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. I really don't care, honey. Oh, you're back! You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ! You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admit, your persistence, but my answer is still no. Huh? I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. Leave my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to change his mind. Okay, maybe we should talk to Angel Starr. We'll be back. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. He must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on the SL9 case. Of course, they were led by a legendary duo. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up with our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dart got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in the court was being manipulated. Items our team never found were suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. Huh? After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigations with Lana in second command. They were the best. They solved all kind of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant, magnetism, in particular, was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that, I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in cases he handled. Incredible evidence, you mean? Oh yeah, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. That was my mother. If you heard that, that was my mother. They're watching a horror movie downstairs. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yeah, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief... That's right! Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal. I'm getting a little suspicious about the chief. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know. But one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Thank you for all your help. Thank you. Now we'll talk to Gumshoe. You might want to see this, man. What's this crumbled up piece of evidence? A piece of paper. Piece of paper! No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious! Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far! Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ass, too. But I know him different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone finds out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with no lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may as already be good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. To the office. February 24th. Whew. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. Beep, 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 beep. I hope he's not in there. We're in! If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Yeah! Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah! Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? You're a little late, dude. I wasn't sneaking! I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card! Damn. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Like, come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Alright. Let's have a look. What did he put in his desk? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant! He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. It's just like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this. Hey, look at the case name! Huh? SL9 incident. Wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No. About evidence list. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists, it runs twice as long. We're getting somewhere. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case! It would appear so. Evidence list added to the court record. These shelves are almost empty. Lana must have cleaned them when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame left on the shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. That's the picture. There's the organ. This knight here is concerning me. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and this weapons? Sure it is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, and now this armor. You know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. I do. In real life, I do, people. You gotta pay our taxes, and I hate it. Shh. Careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in the armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out, guys. You don't know how scared that guy can be. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel for it to open. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is. Yep. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know! You wanna try my birthday? It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Oh! Yes! Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was it, pal? 777 7777. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of mysterious executive officers who entered that room that day. You mean 77777? That ID number? I think you're 1 7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Is there any money in there? How much do you have stashed away? Look, it's a shard from a broken cup. This is somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in there too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think Chief Gant made the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? That's all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Piece of cloth in it with the handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with the case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to the case to get them. How are these 2 items related to the SL9 case? Come on! There's gotta be something we can show the detective. I already know what it is. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the 3 of us put that back together. Ah, those are the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right! One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Does this ring any bells? You know, from the fragment we just found? Oh, you mean this one? This one's in the safe? Yeah, that one. The one that's in the safe. Alright! Now that you mention it, it is ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Let's show what the rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece it together again, it'll prove Chief Gantz is knowingly hiding evidence. This guy's guilty. Here it goes. I knew it. There. Fits like a charm. That, of course, Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. Ah! In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But... Hey guys! Get a load of this! What is it? This piece you just attached is different from the others! What do you mean? There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood! I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in the safe? Unstable jar updated in the court record. Hey, look here. It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain. Looks like blood. This is the piece the blood stains on the other piece just spots. But this one's a line. That is odd. That's very odd. We better keep this with us. Let me read this. Huh? I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What's this? Did you find something? I can't make it out. Better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh. No. It's nothing. Why are your eyes moving like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget about this picture. Okay. What do we do here? The desk on the other side of the room? Was that your sister's? Yeah, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practiced a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it here. He leaves as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. Oh, he was drunk? I see. So, ever since Lana left, no one touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who was in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Now, what about that rag? Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's the only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be, no. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on! Not so fast, buddy! Huh? What is it? When someone tells you to worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal! You don't just let it go like that! Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do ya? I'm starting to think I am. What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. Now you go ignoring me again. I think we're done here. Do I show you this? Okay, no I don't. This is weird. This is weird. Let's get out of here. Do I show you this, dude? Ugh, okay, sorry. Oh, I remember now. Oh, now I know what to do. I can't believe I didn't think of this. The cloth. I forgot about the cloth. So sorry about that, guys. Instead of gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So, you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking your hand out like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Go on, this isn't a time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth you found in the safe. Oh! I knew that. The one with the hamper on it, right? Jeez, where's your sense of humor? Alright, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Which one's a good fingerprint? Let's try this one. Or this one. Or all of it. We got some. Huh? It doesn't match Damon Gann? Uh-oh. Emma, this is yours. No. How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match! Whose fingerprints were they? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey, you. Over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information for Emma for now. Here, maybe you should take a hold of this. Piece of cloth added to the court record. Well, was I any help? Of course! Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he wouldn't have been... In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Ha ha ha! Isn't that right, you in the code? God, we got caught. Isn't that right, you in the code? Ah! Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in science. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out the window and saw a stray dog running right into a pole. Just then I caught a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But sir... Now get out! Yes, sir! We'll be on our way too, then. Wait! You! The one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair. You're free to go. Mr. Wright? Look, pal, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it would be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in this office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why has she kept eerily silent about it this whole time? Anyway, you listen to me, pal. I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Eva. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. February 24th, the Tender Center visitor room. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to do everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, and I think I finally figured it out. I know who's lurking behind your words. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you've convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is a term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more I like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom may I ask this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly frightened of. Who is this person's name? Take that! Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I'll take it she's still not ready to spill beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Take that! I just found this in a safe in the court chief's office. This jar this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman, or perhaps I should say, following orders. Yes, that is more accurate than cooperate. Although I cannot tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. The stupid bug is getting on my nerves. Did I kill it? Sorry, there's a bug. It's getting on my nerves. I think I killed it. Yeah, I think I killed it. Thank God. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. He was already dead. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk was locked. The trunk lock was broken. I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon. You mean Edgeworth's knife? Huh? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident, serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and I stabbed him with the other knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife? That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage in your right hand. Yeah, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoe as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to find a closed Dark case 2 years ago. Dark's was over with. I never want to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife. The weapon was used to stab the detectives was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporter would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. An Edgeworth exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and asked her to hide the knife that was under my muffler. That was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma was so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? Oh, hey, Mike. The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade, whatever, on his own. Oh, you mean not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman to try to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind about to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything! Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Well, that was a crazy episode, guys. I think we know who the murderer is. I have a feeling that the chief of police is our murderer. But what is he going to do with Emma? Why did he have the jar piece? What's with that cloth that had Emma's fingerprints? We're going to find out on part 17 of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Thank you guys so much for watching. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you there. You all have a good night.